Hello, my friends. Welcome back. We got Roberto Duran versus Iran Barkley. Let's get past this. I can't believe I forgot about this fight. I really want to talk about this fight. Duran moving up in weight versus the slugger Iran Barkley. The Bronx, New York. And this fight, I like of Duran because it really showed his the mental advancements in his game, his reflexes, and his just understanding of everything in boxing. Kinda, Duran, in my opinion, is one of the greatest boxers ever, and he fought this taller, bigger Barkley. This was not Duran's weight. As you can see, Duran's just a little fat. He's not muscular, but that doesn't matter with him because his boxing abilities is on a different level. First, if I remember, I watched this fight maybe a year ago, twice or three times. If I remember correctly, Barkley starts off as a stronger one, and then Duran kind of picks up. I feel bad for Barkley because he's in so many highlight videos and he's not the one that's winning. He fought a lot of big name guys. But yeah, he's trying to take revenge on Duran for what Duran did to his friend Moore. That's Michael Moore. Moore. And I forgot what point of Duran's career this is. He had a long career, so I won't get into that because I might be wrong. Now what I want to talk about today is, of course, Duran's understanding of defense, counterpunching, and a lot of stuff. So you can see Duran moving away from the jab, slipping and dipping, and he's going to be countering. Under there, and that's what, oh, that was low. Oh, okay, that was a low shot. Yeah, that was very low. Yeah, Barkley was kind of jumping too, but that was still really low. This is one of my favorite Duran performances. Nice body work by Barkley. This is something that Duran did a lot. A punch would come at him, and you go hook, uppercuts to the body. Nice right hand. See how he's just slipping those shots. Gets caught the jab there. Gets out of the way of the next one. Now, like I said, Duran starts picking up a little bit later in the fight. When you talk about people moving up in weight, Duran is one of the best to ever do it. He had the chin and the reflexes, the boxing ability, the power. He had all the makings or all the components of someone that's able to move up in weight. You can't move up in weight if you lack if you lack power, if you don't have a good chin, if you lack the boxing ability. Nice little slip there, bang, come back with the uppercut. And then he counters that body shot from Barkley. I think Duran was written off at this point. I forget. But this was a pretty big win for him. Nice jab, too. Nice counter right there, too. Now, the reason, if you're saying, well, Duran's a shorter one, why doesn't he have his hands up? I'll explain it real quick. Think of if you're running, say you're sprinting or jogging. If you're jogging with both hands up to your face, it's really hard to move your upper body and get momentum, or it just feels awkward running with your hands close to your up. Holding your hands up to your head and running is just not natural. When you're running and you're moving your hands back and forth, it feels a lot more natural, easier to run. And that's the same thing with moving your head and counterpunching. Now, when guys have their hands to their head, think of someone like Winky Wright. I'll just use him as an example. Most of their punches come from their face. They're a little bit more stiff, and they kind of catch and shoot. So they'll feel a punch on their guard, and they'll shoot back. Now, Duran is the complete opposite. He needs his hands a little bit low, like his right hand's up, but he needs his hands low because it makes head movement easier. When you see how he drops his right hand right here, this is exactly like someone running or sprinting. They use that force of their hands to kind of move quicker, or it's just more natural to run like that. So here you see how he drops that hand. That's only possible if your hands are a little bit low, or if you drop your hands when you slip. You can't slip it doesn't feel as natural slipping with your hands up. You can move your head with your hands up, but it doesn't feel natural. You can't get your counters off fast. Think of like Prince Nassim and guys with that kind of style. Now Duran is like half between that. He has his hands up here, but when that jab comes, see how he drops, and that gives him like momentum and speed to move his head, and then it makes the countering punch easier, which is the left hand, but it misses. Okay, so Duran, that's why he had such good head movement, is because he didn't have his hands up to his face. See where his left hand is? He needed the ability to be able to move his head. He wanted to be free in the ring, so that's why he doesn't have his hands up, even against a taller Barkley. So if you ever wonder why guys drop their hands and you've been taught don't drop your hands by your coach, it's because it's the more natural. It's more natural for the body. Here, slip. See how he. Another thing I like to analogy or whatever to explain why boxers, like say when he slips to the right, see how he kind of pushes his left hand down. Think if you're swimming and you push your hand back, you're gonna move forward. When you're in the ring, imagine they're underwater and Duran's kind of pushing the air back so he can move his head to the right. That's kind of how that feeling of when you drop your hand like that, like push off, and then you see he slips to the right. But when he slips to the right, look at the left hand, he kind of pushes it down, or kind of backwards. It just forces your head forward. I'm doing the movements right now, but you can't see it. But yeah, there, and then he comes back with the right hand. For beginners though, you have to learn to box with your hands up, of course, because you don't know how to do these things. You don't understand this stuff. It needs a lot of time. It needs a lot of training, a lot of sparring, a lot of time in the gym to be able to get to that level where you could see punches coming, where it just takes a lot of experience. So your first years of boxing are spent with your hands up to your face, and then you could start to change it up. As you get more experience, you get more comfortable, you get a better understanding of the game. Bang, right here. See how loose his right hand is when he counters? It's because he can drop his hands. It's just like running, or run with your hands both in your pockets. It doesn't feel natural not to move your hands when you run. And it's the same with boxing because it's the same mechanics kind of as running. You're using your hands and your feet when you're moving in boxing, punching and defending. That's why running is so important in boxing. It teaches you how to synchronize your feet and your hands together. Someone's vacuuming outside. I'm sorry if you can hear that. See right there, another slip. I don't know where that landed, can't really tell. Nice parry to the jab, but he missed the target and the jab still went through. Now this is something else that I'm going to talk about, which is parrying the jab. So when you parry a jab, it's not catching a jab. Catching the jab, you're just catching it literally like a baseball. When you're parrying a jab, you're pushing your backhand across your body like a windshield wiper to kind of put your hand on the wrist of the opponent and kind of push their hand down or to the side. Now with parrying is what you don't want to do. You can do this sometimes, but it's better to do what Duran is doing, is when you parry, you move your head to this side. Okay, so if the jab's coming at me, I'm not keeping my head still and parrying, because if I miss the parry, which is what happened here, you could see Duran's hand down here and Barkley's hand is up here. If you don't move your head and you miss the opponent's hand, you're gonna get hit clean with the jab. So what you do is you either lean back a little bit or you slip to this side. So you kind of slip to the side as you parry in case you miss the opponent's arm or wrist or glove, you're out of the way of the jab. So you're slipping and parrying, you're not just parrying. Now this has a negative side to it, because if you parry a lot and you're always slipping to this side, what Barkley or another opponent could do is they fake the jab, they get you to parry, and then they come around with the hook. So that's the dangers of that one. But that's why you don't always want to parry. Parry is a more dangerous move. The better move is the catch, where you kind of just put your hand in front of your face and you catch the jab. I'll see if Duran does that and I'll point that out. But yeah, as you parry, you move your head to the side or back, just so you're out of the way in case you miss. Now this is something that Duran did. I've tried this in sparring after I've watched this fight, and yeah, it works very well. When someone commits to the body shot, the jab to the body, what Duran is doing here, he's parrying the jab, right? But watch what he does with his left hand. He's placing it on the neck, trap, shoulder area of Barkley, and he's controlling him. From here, Duran has a controlling position. He can push down with this hand and push Barkley down, or push it that way while still pushing down and push Barkley to the side. And he took away his jab. Now this again is dangerous, because watch Duran's hands, both of them are down. The next time Barkley could fake a jab and come up top with a hook. And that's why I only like doing this when someone, first of all, I don't do it a lot. Second of all, you do this when you know someone throws a committed hard jab. Boom, you see how Barkley's really committed to that jab. Still landed though. And then Duran got out of there. I think Barkley does actually fake the jab and come back with the hook. We'll see if we see it here. Kind of Wing Chun that Duran was doing in this fight. But yeah, his reflexes and his ability to see punches coming, that's why he could just stand there against the bigger guy. He doesn't have to constantly move out the way and not get hit. He can afford to get hit, Duran. Look at that body work from Duran. Duran just knew every move in boxing. There's not one punch he didn't know, one move he didn't know, one defense he knew it all. He's a complete boxer, fighter, whatever you want to call it. There's very few boxers like that. It's only the great boxers that are like Duran, other fighters that understand every aspect of the game, inside, outside, defense, movement, everything. So that's the other thing I just want to say real quick. If Duran did actually keep his hands up to his face, if that's what you're expecting, it would have actually been worse for him because he couldn't see punches coming and he couldn't expect them to come, and that's when he gets caught. That's when you get hurt, when you don't see the punch coming. So even me as a shorter fighter, I like dropping my hands a little bit lower against taller fighters because I could actually see the punch coming and I could get ready for it. When I have my hands up to my forehead or my eyebrows or whatever, it makes it a lot more scary for me to take a punch because then I don't know when to tense up and when to roll with it. So that's another reason advanced fighters can't drop their hands, because it helps them get ready for the punches coming at them. That's it for round 2. Crowd's going crazy. I don't know why. Someone walked in, I guess. Not sure. But like I said, having the hands down, he still has the right hand up, ready to defend against a hook or catch, parry, a jab. Nice, beautiful. I did a video, highlights about his defense in this fight, and he actually liked it, Roberto Duran. So that was a big thing for me. So he slipped to the left and watch the right hand. Again, imagine they're underwater and he's using the right hand to push against the water this way so he can move his head this way. This isn't something you're thinking about in a fight or when you're doing this, but this is just the mechanics of pushing your hand to the other side. Imagine there's a wall right here. You push against the wall and you move your head to the left. It just makes it just natural to the body. So he drops that hand, comes back with the left, and then gets under it, that hook. I'm just pointing it out, so if you see someone slip, I mean, most of my audience on YouTube is people that understand boxing, so. But I'm talking about to the beginner boxers that might wonder why the hand drops as someone moves their head. See that? See how he drops that right hand? Bang. And it comes over the top. It's crazy though that Barkley knocked out, he beat Tommy Hearns twice, I think twice, and Duran beat Barkley, but Hearns beat Duran. Styles make fights. Nice jab right there. Nice jab right there. Nice right hand. So if you're wondering why Duran isn't using his feet moving around, that would just waste his energy. You just want to get comfortable standing in front of the opponent sometimes. You save energy and you're there to counter, and it's a lot easier on the body. A lot more mental tiredness though, because you got to keep your eyes open and watch for every punch from your opponent. But when you've been doing it as long as Duran, it's kind of comfortable for you. Nice jab. Nice jab right there. Well timed. Short jab right to the chin. Or on the nose. That's what I mean when you got to keep your eyes open. Duran has his eyes open. He sees Barkley. Bang. Bang. I could replay this all day and just keep watching it. Nice jab from Barkley. Nice right hand. Nice. Oh, beautiful. That was a nice left hand from Barkley, but there's the right hand. Left hook. Get out the way. And that's the same thing. He drops his hands forward. So wherever you see a boxer's head move, the hands basically they move in the opposite direction. What I was explaining against, pretending underwater. See how his hands move opposite of where his head moves. It's just opposite. It's just pushing yourself back. Like I said, you're not thinking of pushing yourself back when you're doing these moves, but it's just the body's natural. Barkley got away from that left hook. So if someone slips to the left, their right hand moves to the right. If someone slips to the left, to the right, their left hand moves to the left. It's just opposite forces, basically. I'm just over explaining it just because I've seen people ask why fighters drop their hands or why they do this stuff when they're taught not to drop their hands and not to do this stuff. Or these things. Nice left hand to the body from Duran. Nice left hand. Now, Duran is also a fighter that takes what you give him and he uses it against you. So he might use some angles, but he's not really using angles. He's using what movement or what punches Barkley's giving him, and he's just using it against him. He's playing chess. He's counterpunching Barkley's game plan, basically, not just his punches. The best plan sometimes is to ruin or take away the other person's game plan. And you can't do that unless you understand every inch of the game, every second part of the game, because then you understand what the best option to do is in every part of the game. If you're a one-dimensional fighter, this type of tactic doesn't work. Nice jab from Barkley, nice jab from Duran. Okay, I gotta replay this part. This was my opening to my video of this fight on Instagram. You guys gotta see this. Okay, nothing's happening here. We got leans back away from the jab, gets away, slips to the right from the jab, rolls with that left hook, gets away from that body shot, gets pushed back, comes back with the right uppercut, comes back with the left hook, comes back with the right hook, left head, body. The other thing Duran is doing is he understands range. He's kind of like a magnet. If you think about two magnets, you have them. If you bring them kind of close, they'll clank together. And then you gotta kind of pull them far apart where they don't come together. If you understand what I'm saying. So what Duran does is he'll move back, out, and then he'll stick to you. Or Barkley did the sticking part here. I could see if I try to find another part where Duran does this, but he'll either let's wait. Right there, just that move right there. I don't know if he got hit with that right hand. Kind of rolled with it, but I think it looks like he got hit with it. So he'll be close. He'll move away, and then he'll stick to you like that. But he's not staying here where Barkley can come back with some punches like a left hook or another right hand or a jab. Then he changes the range in here. Now it's close range. Now it's long range or far. Then he goes far away. So you see how he was close, he went far away, got close again, went far away again. So he changed the range, and it changes what punches are effective from Barkley. So when you understand range, you understand how to pull back, lean in. See how he's close to him right now? He's far away. Gets close to him. Close to him. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Close to him right now. He's doing some good work. Oh, Barkley, nice work from Barkley. Far away. So he constantly changes range. That reminds me of Joe Calzaghe versus Jeff Lacey. That's a fight that I'm gonna have to study. Maybe I'll study after this fight. I was gonna do what's his name? I forgot his name. He's a southpaw heavyweight that fought the Klitschko's. I was studying him the other day. I said I would do his fight, but I remembered this one. But yeah, changing range is basically being close, stepping back, being far away, getting in close all of a sudden. It's sudden changes, kind of how far you are. You could lean in, lean out, or move your feet or your head position. But it changes the punches that are effective from the opponent. So if you're far away and your opponent's throwing long punches and then all of a sudden you're in close, they're not ready for that. And then if they're punching short punches because you're in close and you suddenly move back, they're not ready for that. And that's when you kind of could catch them and makes their punches a little bit less effective. So but it's part of a great boxer's tool set, is changing range. That's how you control the pace also. See right there. Durans moving on the outside. And then he meets Barkley. Barkley kind of dips down, and then Duran goes down and gets close to him. And Barkley wasn't ready for that. Now he's just holding here, but in another instance he would move in and shoot some short punches and move out again. See, he's far away now. Let's see if he gets closer again. See right there again. But right now he's just holding. So you start off by getting close, holding, but then when the other fighter tires out a little bit more, or you start seeing openings, when he gets in that quick, so he's far away now, gets in, then you could start shooting short punches on the inside. And then after he shoots short punches on the inside, he goes back out and then pops some long punches. So you're always ahead of the curve or curb based on your distance, changing distance before the opponent. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Nice right upcut from Barkley. Nice right upcut from Duran. Nice upcut from Barkley. Nice right hand. So when you understand range, you also understand what punches work at which range. You can't throw the same punch from every range. Nice work. Let's see what happened here. But my coach, Jerry, no matter how good I would do in sparring, I would ask him, or he would just say, you still don't understand range. Even if I beat the other guy up, made him miss, whatever he says, you still don't understand range. And I never understood what he meant until one time it clicked, and then I understood range. But it just makes defending so much easier. It makes everything so much easier because you understand what you could get hit with at which distance. So you know, if I'm far away, I'm not getting hit with the right hand. Unless I'm fighting, I don't know, Roy Jones. I'm not gonna get hit with the right hand. If I'm far away, I might get hit with the right hand, with the straight right. So I'll be ready to receive that punch. If I'm in close, I know I'm not gonna get hit with the long straight right. It's gonna be a short one. If you're far away, if I'm far away, I'm gonna get hit with the jab. So I'll be ready for the jab. When I get in close, it's gonna be the uppercuts and hooks. So I'll be ready to defend those. So you start understanding what punches are coming at you, at which distance. And then I start to realize, okay, I'm way too far out. Why throw the right hand? Let me move in and jab and then throw the right hand. I'm way too far out. Why would I throw the uppercut? Now this seems like it's self-explanatory or very basic stuff, but a lot of boxers don't really think about this, especially early on, because they're just thinking about hitting and getting hit. But yeah, if I'm far away, why would I throw the uppercut? Too far out. if I'm in close, I can't throw a long jab. It's going to be short. So you just start piecing this stuff together when you understand range, and it helps your defense and offense and your planning. It makes it so much easier. Nice double jab from Duran. Nice jab from Barkley. Now Barkley wasn't a one-hitter quitter. Like he wasn't. He was a hard puncher, but he wasn't like a knockout. He wasn't like a one-punch KO type guy. He was more of a pressure fighter that threw a lot of punches. He could knock guys out, but it was accumulation of punches. But he did have power to knock out. It's not like he had power, but he was just more of an accumulative puncher. Pressure fighter, though. His pressure was always on. Now that's just beautiful right there. We gotta replay this right here. That was a fake to the body. Comes over the top. I think Barkley got away from, I don't know, that looks like he got hit right there. And then Duran goes on the inside. And he goes to the body. Let's watch this again. That last right punch was really what it always for. Barkley looking a little bit more exhausted. Round number 6. Beautiful defense. So now they're at long range. And then you see how he gets close, it closes distance. Now, like I said, he's holding here, but he could also throw punches by just getting his timing down or something. So he's moving long range. And then he needs an opportunity to close the distance. So what's the opportunity he's going to get? The right hand. So he threw a jab, saw the right hand counter, got on the inside, and now he closed the distance. Long range again, the ref pushed them apart. Working on the outside, jabbing, moving. Nice jab from Barkley back at Duran. Tries to get in, but Barkley catches him with the left hook. Gets back out. Nice left uppercut hook type punch. Now they're on the inside again. Duran, for the most part, keeps moving to his left. And then he changed the range. So they're at long distance for a while. Barkley came in. This is something else also, that for taller fighters, if you're short fighting a taller fighter, is when you back up sometimes, or if you're having a hard time getting in on them, sometimes they'll close the distance for you. So Barkley is the one moving forward. He's the one that closed the distance for Duran. You see that? Now, why would Barkley do this if Duran's a shorter fighter? As a taller fighter, you want to keep Duran at the end of your punches. You want to keep him at this distance, right? Barkley was a fighter too, so he liked being on the inside. But Barkley is the one that closed the distance, not Duran. Now they're at close range, right here. Now Duran throws his punches because he's at close range. And then he closes the distance some more. And then, like I said, he's not holding now. He threw his punches. So for taller fighters, sometimes when they move forward trying to hurt the shorter guy, they did what the shorter guy wanted, which was close the distance for the shorter guy. Now that's when the shorter guy should take advantage of that because they're at closer distance. But as a shorter guy, you're not always closing distance. Sometimes your opponent is doing it for you, especially if you have an aggressive, taller opponent. Now this could be scary or worrisome for some fighters, but if you understand the game like Duran, that's your opportunity to throw your punches. See here? Hook, inside, nice right hand. Chris Bird was the fighter, the southpaw heavyweight I was talking about. When he fought Vitaly Klitschko, he's southpaw, so he kept hitting Vitaly with left hands to the body at long distance. Then when Vitaly would come in to hurt Bird or hit him while he's on the ropes, Bird would go to the head with shorter punches. So Vitaly Klitschko actually closed the distance for Bird and made his job easier by being the aggressive, taller opponent. Nice. So like I said, Durant starts picking up around these rounds is when he really starts working his magic. He's not running away, he's just standing there. So he closes the distance, holds. He's resting right now, breathing. Now he's ready again. So as a tall fighter, you don't want to be overly aggressive, or if you are, you still want to keep your opponent at a distance. You don't want to move in and start throwing short punches because that's what your shorter opponent wants you to do. Even if you move in, you keep an arm's length between you and the opponent. There is that distance changed again. Let's watch this again. Okay, they're both standing here. Duran moves away from the right hand, dips down, closes the distance. Let's watch that again. Sorry for the weird voices I'm making. So they're at this range. Right hand comes, jab, right hand's coming, gets away, dips down, steps in, and the distance is closed. And now he could work on the inside. And that is time for this fight study. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'll be back with part 2, maybe tomorrow or the day after. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One of my favorite Duran fights. Well, 45 minutes. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day and bye.